Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? My name is Deborah. Welcome to another edition of Tea Drama with Deborah, where I discuss my favorite dramas. And today I'm going to be doing a first impression of a drama that I am currently actually watching. Like, I spent all night till like 4 a.m. just watching this drama, and I am lacking sleep right now. Just because I spent all night legit like just clicking next. I'm like, I need to know what's going to happen next. Like, I just need to know. I'm just going to stop. And that's how you know, like, I'm really into a drama when I really don't care about sleep, especially considering how I really haven't had a good 8 hours sleep or something close to that for the past few weeks, just because I've had finals and things like that. So that's how you know I really like a drama when I just can't sleep and I just keep clicking next, and I'm like, I just need to know what's gonna happen and stuff. So this drama is called Listening Snow Tower. It's based on a novel, and it's starring Jin Junjae, and you may know him from The Dragon Pearl. He also dated Yanzi, and he also acted in Legend of Zane and stuff. But he also acted in this really popular drama. Hold on, what's the name? He also acted in Summer's Desire, the remake and stuff, and also stars Crystal Yuan from Evernight. She's Shan Shan, not Sang Sang, but Shan Shan, Mo Shan Shan from Evernight, if you've watched Evernight. And this is a drama that I am currently obsessed with, and I just can't wait to tell you about it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, so basically this story starts with our female lead when she was a child, and we are first introduced to her as the daughter of the blood demon. And her dad, basically her and her dad live together in this hidden place. They're running away from this sect called the Moon Sect. I'm just gonna go with the English name, the Moon Sect, okay? And so they're running away from this Moon Sect, and her mom is dead. Her mom was killed by the Moon Sect. And so they release a lantern to pray to the mom, so the mom wishes them well and all. And someone shoots down the arrow and shoots down the lantern. Turns out they were actually surrounded by that Moon Sect. And so the Moon Sect appears, and it turns out that the leader of the Moon Sect is actually a woman. Bitch. Anyway, so it's actually a woman, and this woman comes and basically has a conversation with her dad about how her dad was stupid for joining the Snow Tower in betraying her and all. And basically that story is the Snow Tower's leader and 3 other people, 3 other master martial artists. So the Snow Tower leader, her father, and 2 other people that I'm going to talk about in a little bit basically came together to try and bring down the Moon Sect, but they didn't succeed. Instead, the Snow Tower's leader's wife went missing, and the blood demon's wife died and stuff, and then one of them went into hiding, but that's a story that I'll get into in a little bit, right? And so basically they didn't succeed in bringing down the Moon Sect, and so the Moon Sect is out for revenge for what they did in trying to bring her down, because they killed some of her men. And so she comes and she's telling the blood demon, that he's very stupid for joining the Snow Tower and trying to bring her down, because the reason why the Snow Tower leader actually started this fight with her is because of his wife, not because he's trying to be righteous and save the world. And so the blood demon's like, well, even if that's true, I don't really care, you're evil, you shouldn't exist in the world, blah blah blah, and they fight. And in the midst of the fighting, she infects him with this poison, and the poison is the poison that goes into his blood and lets her control him. And so she orders him to kill his daughter, because I told you she infected him with a poison that lets her control him, so he's not really himself anymore. And so when he's about to kill the daughter looks at him and she's like, Dad, are you really going to kill me like I'm your daughter? And at that moment he momentarily comes back to his senses, and instead of killing his daughter, he kills himself. And he tells his daughter, live well, don't seek revenge, no matter what happens, forgive, just move on with your life and live a peaceful life. I don't want you to join this pugilistic world of killing and hatred and revenge. And so as that happens and he dies, the evil lady, evil sect leader, the villain, comes and she wants to kill the daughter. And so as she's about to kill the daughter, a group of men appear and save the daughter. And it turns out that those group of people that appeared are actually the Snow Tower leader. So the Snow Tower that brought a group of martial artists together in order to fight the bad lady. Him and one of his best friends, who is the teacher of his son. And so he appears and he saves the girl and he stops the bad lady from killing her. And so his son's teacher then takes the girl away, but the girl refuses to go. The daughter refuses to go, who's our female lead, refuses to go, except they take her father's body. So they take her father's body and take her and they run away, while the Snow Tower leader fights with our villain and is injured really badly. And in the process of him being injured, the villain, the leader of the evil sect, then reveals to him that actually your wife is dead, I killed her, it's punishment for her betraying me. So that's how we find out that his wife was actually in the same sect, in the same moon sect as that evil lady. Now there's a secret behind that I'm not gonna spoil for you either, but basically she tells him that yes, I killed your wife and your wife doesn't exist in this world anymore, which basically ruins his confidence and his will to live on, and she basically succeeds in defeating him. Now he doesn't die, but she does succeed in defeating him and just pulling him down by telling him his wife is dead. And so the girl, the daughter of our blood demon, then goes and we see her kneeling next to her father's grave, and they try to convince her to come along with them on a journey back to the Snow Tower, and she refuses. And next thing we know, a carriage appears, and from the carriage comes down this young guy who turns out to be the son of the Snow Tower leader. And so he tells her, he talks to her and he tells her, come back with us to the Snow Tower. And she refuses, saying she's not leaving her father's grave and all. So the guy tells her, okay, if you're going to stay here to watch your father's grave, I'm gonna stay with you until you're ready to come with me. And so he stands there with her, he removes his coat and gives it to the girl. And immediately he gives it to the girl, his fellow disciple. I was gonna say servant, but I'm like, he's not really a servant, he's like his junior brother, because the boy, the so-called fellow disciple, is one of the disciples under his teacher. So you can say he's his junior brother in the discipleship world. And so his junior brother, not blood brother, but like in the martial world, his junior brother then tells him, dude, are you crazy? How can you give her your coat? Don't you know that you have a disease? And that's when we find out that this boy, the Snow Tower Son's leader, actually has a disease that is based on him being cold, and it's so bad that he might not even live to the age of 20. And that night was really cold, but he still took his coat off and gave to the girl. So the guy was like, yeah, don't worry about me, this girl is more important than me right now. And so he stands in there watching the grave, and at the end of it all, because of the weather and how weak they are, they both faint. And when they faint, they are then taken, his master comes and takes him to this place that belongs to another martial artist that is called Badi. And this martial artist is basically the last person that I told you, because I told you it was her father, the Snow Tower leader, his teacher, and someone else who now lives in a place that is hidden from the world. So this last person is that last martial artist that was involved in this, the last martial artist that was involved in this conspiracy. And so when they go to that martial artist home, the martial artist tells them that it's gonna be hard for him to treat the son of the Snow Tower's leader, but he's gonna try his best. And so the master, the teacher of the Snow Tower's son, who is the best friend of that other martial artist tells him to please do whatever he can, that he doesn't care, but this dude has to survive. And so he tries his best to save the guy, and in the process of saving the Snow Tower leader's son, who's gonna be our male lead, he gives him, his teacher gives him half of his power, half of his martial arts power. And that's how the boy is able to be saved. And so we go back to the girl now, who basically doesn't trust anyone, and someone comes to meet her. And when this guy comes to meet her, he introduces himself as one of the disciples of that baddie, like the last martial artist, and he tells her that he is the first disciple of that guy and she can trust him, but she doesn't trust anyone. I mean, who would if you just saw your dad being killed? And so she doesn't trust him, and she tries to commit suicide, but he saves her. And when he saves her, he convinces her to basically leave and trust him, and she doesn't understand why he saved her. And so he tells her about his own story and tells her, hey, I'm sure your dad wouldn't want you to kill yourself, which brings back memories of the last thing her dad told her, not to kill herself. And in the process of all that, while they're having that conversation, that baddie guy, like the last martial artist guy that I was telling you all about, that was involved in the conspiracy, meets the Shifu of the Snow Tower Sons leader. And the Snow Tower's Shifu convinces him to take the girl in as a disciple. And at first he disagrees, but then later on he says, okay, he'll think about it. And so he approaches the girl and tells the girl, hey, do you want to stay here and live here, and I will take you in as my disciple? And the girl refuses and basically runs away. But in the process of running away, she meets the second disciple of that same baddie. And so when she meets the second disciple, he's this very childish guy who's always causing trouble and all, and he's mischievous. And him and his senior brother convince her to stay, and so she decides that she's going to stay in that place, the Sand Valley. She's going to stay in that valley, and she's going to become a disciple of Baddie. And so Baddie tells her, if you're going to become one of my disciples, I'm going to take your blood sword away, because he basically is someone who can read the stars, and he knows that her life is not going to be peaceful if she learns how to use the sword to fight. So he decides that he's gonna teach her only how to defend herself. He's not gonna teach her how to fight, and he's gonna keep away the blood sword that belonged to her father that she inherited, because it's a sword that basically craves blood. And like I said, he's the blood demon. So he takes the sword and he keeps the sword hidden, and he accepts the girl into his his valley and into his sect. And so the girl goes to the Snow Tower Son, and she basically has an agreement with him while he's asleep. She doesn't know, but later on when she leaves, we know that he's actually awake and listening to everything. But she basically makes a promise with him, saying that she's going to basically, they're going to meet again in the future. This is not going to be the last time they're going to meet, and he's going to be okay, he's going to be healthy, he's going to survive. And that's the foundation of the story. And the next thing that happens is how they grow up, how they meet again, and when they meet, are they now friends or are they enemies? What's the revenge story? Because obviously she does have to get revenge for her parents and all, but what pushes her into getting that revenge, since her dad told her, hey, you're not going to seek revenge, and her teacher told her, I'm not going to teach you how to fight? So what exactly pushes her over the limit that she finally cracks and goes all, I'm going to kill all you motherfuckers and stuff, forgive my French, but that's basically the story. And then their love story, and obviously the side character's love story, is basically what Listening Snow Tower is about, how they get their revenge, and whether they're going to be on the same team or on different teams, and if you're going to kill each other or if you're going to join forces to fight the common enemy, which is the moon set. Now, this is the drama that right now 13 episodes have been subbed. I'm gonna put a link down below for where you can watch it on YouTube. Vicky got the license, but they've not gotten to uploading episodes or anything like that. I'm guessing they're probably gonna do it when drama finishes airing. But so far, I really like this drama. Now, this drama might not be everyone's cup of tea, just because this is one of those dramas that is really slow. Like, it's not Minglan's story of Minglan slow, but it is really slow. Even the romance is slow, and I think that's what I really appreciate about this drama, how the romance is slow. Right now, you don't really see chemistry between our leads, but it gives you an anticipation of what is to come in just the little things they do. And you can see like they're aware of each other, and you can already tell like this guy has decided this is the lady that's gonna be by my side, and this is going to be my woman and stuff like that. But nothing has really happened between them. No sparks are flying or anything like that we can really feel a chemistry and a connection to, but it makes you anticipate it's coming, and just the small things they do for each other, and that's what I really love about this drama. Like I said, it's a really slow drama in that our characters, and I think that's one thing I actually really like about the characters, is while our male lead is a cold guy, he does have emotions. So he's not that male lead. You know, one thing with Uzia dramas with male leads is they tend to have this male lead that doesn't laugh, doesn't smile, doesn't cry. But there's a scene where our male lead laughs and our female lead tells him, I can't believe you're laughing, and he's like, dude, I'm human. I laugh, I cry, I smile, I have emotions, human. And stuff. And I really like that part. So even though he mostly has one face, but the little moments where you see emotions from him or where you can read into his mind, I really like. And you can feel how the reason he is cold and the way he is not just because they just threw a character like that on us, but it's because of all the burdens and responsibilities he has on his shoulder as the new leader or the son of the leader of the snow tower. And also you can feel that responsibility on him, especially as things happen and as time goes on. You understand why he is the way he is and he thinks the way he does. Something I really like again about this drama is the loyalty. Dang! He has one of the most loyal junior brothers ever, and not just him, but the people that walk with him and that are on his side are his ride or die. They will follow him to the end of the and it's just so amazing, especially like when you get into the drama, you'll see how his actual like assistant or second in command, his junior brother, like I told you, not brother, but like disciple brother, doesn't like fighting, doesn't like killing, but because of him, he joins the snow tower and he says, look here, I'll go to the ends of the world with you. So that's something I really like, their bromance and how they just understand each other. Something I really like also is how our male lead and our female lead understand each other in this drama. You can see like there's certain parts, there's something that happened in one of the episodes where he basically told her off, and her brother in her sect, one of her brothers in the sect was really mad, like, how dare you treat my sister this way, blah blah blah. And she understood and we understood why. And even when he was explaining it, Snow Tower leader's son was explaining it to his men why he treated her that way. We heard her explaining the same thing to her junior brother, saying, look here, we understand each other. I know why he treated me that way, so I'm not mad. I know why he did that is because he wants me to be strong. So something else I really like about this drama is that our female lead is not immediately strong. Like, yeah, I do like female leads that are really strong, but I like seeing the growth, how you started from being someone who could not fight to going through different experiences in your life that shapes you into this strong lady that doesn't take S from anyone and stuff. She doesn't take nonsense from anyone, and she can stand on her own ground and fight without needing a male lead's help. And I think that's one thing I really like about this drama, that while our male lead helps her behind her back without her knowing, he doesn't do it to her face. He tries to make her strong and tries to make her do it by herself, and only intervenes when he absolutely has to. And it's not one of those like Mary Sue moments of dramas where the male lead is always saving the female lead and stuff, even though, like I said, yeah, the moments where he saves her are really important, but in those moments you're not angry about him saving her because she needed to be saved. If not by him, by another girl, by someone else, she needed to go through all that to become stronger and stuff. And I like how he basically plans things for her to help her get stronger, because he knows she is better than the level she is at right now. He sees her potential that other people might not see. So that's something I really like about this drama. Like I said, it's really slow. Some people may not like it. The romance is really slow and stuff. If there's one thing I don't want in this drama or don't like, is there's certain love lines that are gonna happen and stuff that I really do not want to happen. E.g., there's this character that is supposed to be dead, but I have a feeling it's gonna come back alive, that's gonna fall in love with this bad girl that I really don't want him to fall in love with, and just gonna mess things up. But I can already see it happening. If you've watched this drama, then you know what I'm talking about. But it's one of those dramas that you really grow to love every single character, and you care for every single character, not just our male lead and our female lead. And like I said, yeah, the story is really slow, but the set designs are really nice. And it's kind of funny how the set designs kind of fade into the background with the characters because of how bland the characters are and cold the characters are and almost expressionless and emotionless they are and lacking of feelings they are. So it makes the background that's so gorgeous kind of blend into this coldness and stuff that they somehow intertwine with each other. And also it really has gorgeous set designs. I really like the fight scenes that I've seen so far and stuff. It doesn't remind me of like the Princess Agent fight scenes where it felt like they were dancing and I couldn't take the fight scenes really that seriously like I should have. But I really like the fight scenes in this. It's nothing over the top and as great as Evernight, but it's definitely serving when it needs to serve. One thing about this drama that I've noticed is it's one of those dramas that tells more than it shows. So they tell you what they're going to do, or they explain things to you rather than showing things to you. So if you're one person that basically likes a drama that shows more than it tells, so action more than the talking, this might not be the drama for you. But I definitely like this drama. It does kind of remind me, I know a lot of people were saying Bloody Romance. Yeah, it does kind of remind me of Bloody Romance, yet it is so different from Bloody Romance in that Bloody Romance was not as slow and bland as this drama is. Like when I say this drama is bland, this drama is really bland, but there's just something about it. It's kind of like Minglan and how Minglan was so slow, but there was just something about Minglan that held me and I just couldn't look away and I was entranced by it, and I loved Minglan. And that's something I like about this drama, which in a way it kind of, the character, the Snow Tower leader's character, our male lead's character, kind of reminds me of Mei Chang-soo in Nirvana and Fire, with him being sick and him having to die very soon and him having a disease and stuff, and him always being cold and wearing the coat. It's like, okay, they were trying to create a Mei Chang-soo, a younger version of a Mei Chang-soo, and they haven't gotten there yet, but there's potential. If they keep working hard, I can see the potential of one day maybe getting there, but I can see what the dramas were trying to do, or the directors were trying to do. They definitely did get motivations and what's the word? Inspiration from Nirvana and Fire, even with how they show certain things. Instead of like the character showing expressions, they show a twitching of the eye, or they show a cup, and that's the symbolism. So all those things do remind me of Nirvana and Fire. So there will be that little thing that might trigger your memory if you've watched Nirvana and Fire. I really do like this drama. Hopefully it doesn't go down. I don't want our female lead and our male lead to be enemies. There's this scene in the beginning, opening credits, where it seems like they're fighting each other, and I was so worried that that meant they were gonna turn against each other, but that scene has already happened so far and it wasn't what I thought and stuff. So I'm really glad. Hopefully they don't turn against each other. I do not want anyone to die. I'm so done with characters dying in Chinese that I was like, I am Literally, I was telling my friend, I'm like, I really think I have been scarred by Chinese dramas. Like, I can't finish them anymore just because they're always killing everyone and stuff. And right now, I like have anxiety just watching certain Chinese dramas because I'm scared. Like, who's gonna die? Are they gonna ruin this drama? Because it's one thing to start well, it's another thing to end horribly. So far, I do really like the beginning and ending credits. It's so gorgeous. The drama is really aesthetically pleasing to the eye, especially to me, especially in the beginning and ending credits. There's this part in the ending credits where it feels like doors are opening and then they put the name of the drama, Snow Tower, and I just think it's the coolest thing because normally you'd see such a thing in the opening credits, but in this case it's in the ending credit, which I think it's really unique and stuff. So yeah, definitely check this out. Like I said, it's a very slow, very slow drama, but I really do enjoy this drama so far, and I really hope you at least give it a try till the 10th episode. That's where all the ish goes down though. I'm like, wait, maybe I should tell you to wait till the 13th episode, because the 10th episode is where the ish goes down and everything hits the fan. But definitely give this drama a try. Don't just drop it from the first episode and be like, this is not my taste. For Chinese dramas, you actually have to give it a couple of episodes to see if you like it. Just because your dramas are like 50 something episodes, this is gonna be like 56 episodes and stuff. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I was just like, I have to tell you guys about this drama. I know if I don't tell you now, I might never have the chance to tell you again in the future, so let me just go and make this video. Check it out. If you've checked it out, let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being awesome, beautiful people you are. From me to you all, and I've got nothing but love for you all. Stay awesome.